What is up, YouTube? This is your girl Killer Rose. Right now I'm at the gym. It's a pretty decent time. I got here early, but it was still packed. Yesterday I was gonna go to the gym, but it was so packed that I couldn't even find a single parking spot. Now the same thing almost happened today. I actually got a parking spot, which was just out of like goodness of God, right? So it was so insane. And what I just wanted to say that I'm really excited, but I'm so mad right now. This is far beyond disrespectful. I wanted to show you guys a picture, but I'm not sure if many of the people that I hold dearly would I think it would well, because there's here, let me just give you a context, okay? My God, cannot speak right now. So basically, when I was a caregiver, that was way back in 2016 to 2017. Well, 2017 was the day or the year that I was gonna leave and head back home, which is Arizona. And when I was about to leave, because usually, I mean, it's a whole lore, but I'm gonna just get right to the point. I have a relative, which is more of a relative. It's my uncle and my aunt, who took me in as a person that needs a job and a well-structured position for me to get to know about the real world, right? This is my first job ever, getting into an actual health career field. I just passed. Normally you would had to get a degree, especially when it comes to either a degree or you just pass some test and then you're in, right? You are now I don't know why I didn't take it. I just didn't. I didn't feel interested in that, and I just, that's besides the point. My point is that I know a lot of people who have served in the military, and what troubled me the most, seeing in what was it, in Minneapolis, that these people got to literally record themselves into like mimic an actual photo and history capture of our troops, our soldiers way long ago that served in the military, went to war for us. And it was insane to see that these buffoons would think that it's very cool that what they're doing right now. That is the most disrespectful way of ever. I mean, I don't care about you calling us maggots. I don't care about you calling us, this or that. I mean, or if I was gonna get kirked, because we all know, I don't know if you guys know, but I had to put myself in a position, like, what if someone told me face to face? Now, I have one, like, I was like, I would be so upset, for one. For two, it would have like got me to a point where I would start a yelling match, basically to tell him to do it. Like, if you're threatening me and saying that I need to get, get kicked out of this world permanently, I take that threat into a serious offense. Like, I really do not play with that. But I would tell myself that I have people that surround me in my inner circle. They can tell me to calm down, that, hey, just take a breather, these, that's just how, that's how they talk. That's all they do, is that they actually get to you. And so just walk it off. That's it. Because I would just, I just would not be in that, I would not see myself in that situation, because I really take those type of offense seriously. Now, with that being said, guys, it was such a disrespectful day today. Like, you do not go so far as in to mimic these photos. And these are posers. Make your own goddamn photo. I'm sorry. You think it's cool to actually mimic a photo? No. I think you guys don't really know what war really is until you're in it. It is so freaking, I mean, like, oh my god. But I've met a lot of people who have served in the military that are so nice. For one, when I was leaving, I'm gonna get to the point, okay? When I was leaving, I didn't expect anything but a gentle hug, right? You know, like, and saying goodbyes, you know, to say all of that. But they wanted to take that specific moment into giving me a picture of their church. And yes, my uncle and my aunt did serve in the military. And yes, I do come with great pride with it, because I feel like we do not know what they went through. During a certain time, they got to serve, and serve with not just courage and bravery, but with pride. And there is good pride. A lot of people think that pride is a toxic way of doing things, but no. Pride is a very good thing, and it depends on how you use it. Yes, there is bad pride. You can get cocky, and you can, you know, yeah, I have been cocky before. Trust me, I have. You know, I'm just saying it, and God knows that it's true. I have been cocky many a times, sometimes too much, to the point where I end up losing my track, and it's so crazy, right? But they gave me a picture of their church, and it was an honor, really, to give me something, because usually when someone's gonna leave, and you know, whether they're moving or whatever, they usually give those to the people who served. And that picture meant a whole lot to me. It's so crazy. And yes, you can get into the military base if you're if you have a relative, but it really depends now, because you know, sometimes they have like a, I don't know, like some sort of code, a color code, I guess you can call it, where there's you know, I mean, you can see the riots, right? You can see a lot of things, and because of that situation being so sky high, it's unlikely that you can actually just go in to the military base. I have been into the military base, you know, for at least like a month. You know, sometimes most likely I would just put my name, my government name, right, and why, the reason why I'm there, and stuff like that. They want a valid reason why you're gonna be there on their in their private property. Okay, their private property, because that's what it is. It is you know, exclusive to the public. So whoever goes in goes with a family member that is either serving or retired. But yeah, that's, I mean, I'm not sure for the whole of it, but it is definitely, hold on, sorry, I'm trying to turn my this on real quick, but I'm not gonna get into depth with it. But it was one of those things, I just felt that it was sickening. It was so terrible. And I just cannot believe that these people think that that's cool. Make your damn photo. Besides of copying out a textbook, like, you guys can read and do math. Like, seriously. It is so insane how these people call themselves, you know, inclusive, you know, the tolerable, liberals who love and will accept everyone the way that they are, but they are a bunch of liars and hypocrites. They do things backwards. They take things out of context and they twist them. And it's so terrible, guys. It is so sad to see this, and it is a great disrespect. I could not hold my demeanor if I would have seen that in my own hometown. I can guarantee it. I would just, the first time I've seen this, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You guys have no right to that title. You have no idea what the men, and possibly women too, because they're waiting their husbands at home, and when they see the, whoever comes out and it's not them, they know that their husband has lost their lives. Seriously, guys. Like, my God. These people, yes, I have been punched many of times, okay? I think that it has to be like, I would say about 2 times. Just, yeah, out of the whole of my existence, yes, I have been punched 2 times. First one was just it was just an accident, okay, from a client, okay, severe autism, but it's okay. Still hurts, right? I can guarantee you it's much more hurtful when it comes from a man than from a woman. Yes, men do punch harder than women. Really depends who you're fighting with, though. Women can actually really get you if they know how to freaking fight, but that's another story from another time, okay? But yeah, other than that shit was so disrespectful, guys. Do not let these people get to you, because that's what they're trying to do. And no, that is not a freaking victory, a victory pose. There is no victory. You guys are still protesting. Hello? You guys are still like rioting, trying to, fight with ICE and doing all these crazy things, building your own city, not contributing anything to this country. I say, if you do not like this country, simply get out. Seriously, get the fuck out. I'm sorry. I don't know what to explain here, but that's how simple it is. It's not, it doesn't take that much just to pack your bags and move out of here. I'm so sorry, guys, but honestly, that's just how it is sometimes. These people will definitely get in your head. It definitely gone into mine. I was like, no, I cannot stand these people. These people do not stand for anything that's actually for good. And to check people to see if if you're an ICE agent, Nazi Germany, they basically say, okay, we're gonna because we don't know if everyone's a Jew, we're gonna assign you to see if you are part of ICE, or, well, because nowadays they're targeting people who they look like ICE, right? But in Nazi Germany, they see that, well, because we assign you, we're gonna see if you have that star, and that star represents you as a Jew, and you are a target. You are a person that they despise, right? It's simple as it is. They're targeting people. And if you have, you know, any conservative values, they would, you know, like basically like determine that you're a Nazi. You can have any conservative views. You can say that yes, we need to protect our borders, and you can be a Democrat and say that. You can be. You can say yes, I want our borders to be protected. We should include everyone in, but they need to go in a legal way, you know. And you can definitely say that. You can be as, you know, as left as you want, and you can say yes, I do agree with some of the conservative values, you know, the Republican side, right? Some Republicans are not, you know, Christian, but I can guarantee you that there's got to be one segment that they agree on. And this is so disrespectful. So anyways, I'm just gonna leave this off. I know I had a huge rant here. I couldn't really get any words out because of how angry and sad I am for Minneapolis and other states, okay? New York City. We freaking told you guys. We already did. I mean, I try to do my part to tell people to get out of there as soon as they can. Try to pack your bags. I don't care what it takes, but to move out of there. Now, it kind of like boggles my mind that people are still there. Or at least the people who are rich over there. I say, don't like take it as a champ. I say get out. But I really think that maybe they will stay because they knew exactly who Mandani was. I think so. I think they knew who he was, and because of who he was, he is now in power and control. And of course, the New Yorkers, right, can do a protest, burn down their own city, still doing it again and again, like if it's any new. No. This guy is gonna take the poorest of the poor. They're gonna make these people so not only miserable, but desperate for a chance to actually live in an apartment. But because of the financial crisis that they're in, they're not going to be able to have those nice apartments anymore. At least not the nicest ones, the luxurious ones. And you know why? Because they don't have enough money to fund anything. To have people actually clean around the streets, to snow plow the stuff, to take garbage out. These things take money, guys. I don't know what to say. You definitely need to have a bit of a rain check. If you see or hear anything that's for free, anything at all, you can definitely say that, oh really? I can get an iPhone for free? All right. Like, what is it? Oh, just put 0% interest. I mean, you can get it for free. All you have to do is, you know, just pay this $80 fee, and we'll get you a phone real quick. And then, oh, trust me, guys, I have a backstory on this one. Okay, and then you're like, okay, I could do this. And then you come to the realization, oh shoot, okay, well, it really isn't for free. You can get the phone for 0% interest. You don't have to pay anything on top of it. But as the month goes, you have a contract with people who really think that you're too broke to have a phone. And they're like waiting for you to miss a payment so that they can just screw you over. Now, have they screwed me over? No. I was able to make payments. I did not expect that good deal to turn into a twisted one. I freaking hate debt. I hate debt. I hate credit cards. It screws people over. Rose, you're not doing the right math. You can get a lot of points with that. And yeah, some people do. Congratulations. You know, you figure out the way of working the system. However, I do not like to pay anything that's in interest. I pay it outright. If I know that I can afford to buy it, then I will. But if I can't, then I will find out a way to save it, to save for it. If I can't find that as appealing, I can go for another option that gives me a better option. You know, I'm not gonna just sit there and take it and think like, okay, no, I'm not gonna get a phone and I'm not gonna get a charger for it. Yes, I mean, they actually do that. If you look over like how you can get a phone, and then you can actually either go to T-Mobile, you can go to any other outlets, and you can see exactly how they really rip you out. They actually like cheap, like they're tightwads. They're basically tightwads. They give you a phone, yet they don't give you a charger. But because they give you a free phone, you know, quote unquote, they would add, okay, if you want a charger, it's gonna be extra. What is that? Really? Do I really need to get it? You know, no. It was like, trust me, I was so mad when I first got this phone that I'm currently holding, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna you know, make the payments, do what I gotta do. As soon as this is over, I'm gonna tell these guys, do not get into debt. Do not. And even if you somehow made a way of making really good money, somehow you can really screw it up and still get into debt and still living paycheck to paycheck. How can you go from living and making like almost $1 million a year and still be piled up on debt? How does that work? For me, if I ever had extra money, I end up panicking and I'm like, no, I need to put this in a spot where I know I won't touch it. I know if I, you know, like ever touch this amount of money, it's gonna go somewhere where I actually know that it's gonna backfire on me. It's gonna charge me, it's gonna like penalize me from taxes. Okay, so 708. I know I went on a long rant. This is it. I'll talk about the financial stuff later, but if you guys like it, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I talk about these things for a long time, and I enjoy doing what I do. And I'm not going to talk this much though. For one, it's starting to get hot in Arizona. For February, I have no idea why. It seems like it's just the way it is. It's the way it is. If you are a snowbird and if you hate having snow on you, then come here or come to any other of the west of the west. Okay, I don't know what any west of the west you can get, but there's Texas, there's New Mexico. I don't know if Utah's good as well, but there's California, and we already know what California is. So if you don't like it there, then don't go there. Obviously, Vegas, it's just a small town that's already going to be run down because a lot of people are getting fed up with that as well. But Arizona's a good spot. I mean, you can choose any of the other spots, but Texas does not look good right now. I have an eerie feeling, but who knows? Maybe it's just my paranoia. I don't know. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in a bit, which is tomorrow, okay? All right. Peace.